Hello, parents and guardians. My name is Michael Gannon. I am your child's ELA teacher for this school year. I want to take a few moments just to tell you who I am and mention a few things regarding what the expectations are for your students this year. I didn't expect to be making a video. I was hoping to see everyone at our back to school night virtually, but unfortunately for a few different reasons, that was canceled. So I put together a quick PowerPoint, and if you could just take a few moments just to listen and view what I'm going to show you, I would greatly appreciate that. Let me just take a minute to get the presentation on the screen. Here we are. Again, welcome parents and guardians for the 2020-2021 school year. This is a little introduction about who I am. I've been teaching for more than 22 years. 16 of those years have been at Baldy Middle School, so I'm very familiar with Baldy and how great Baldy has been and will be in the future. I have two children, a daughter in 7th grade middle school and a son who is a junior in Central Bucks West High School. Education is extremely important in our household, just as I'm sure it is in your household as well. Just a few expectations with regards to what I want your students to do this year. Each week they'll be assigned either some Achieve 3000 passages or some common literature passages. Those are both online research-based programs where the students can read non-fictional passages and poetry and then demonstrate understanding through comprehension questions. Besides that, they're also expected to be reading at home 15 or 20 minutes a day. I usually ask for about 50 pages a week, and then usually weekly they share a few answers with regards to questions regarding the book that they're currently reading that week. They're also should always be working on a current writing assignment. Right now they are all working on a short story rough draft. If you're not familiar with what that is, just please reach out to your child and they'll be able to fully explain what's happening there. With regards to writing, typically there will be 3 to 4 kind of major writing assignments that we'll be working on together, and then of course they'll be doing it individually. They're working on a rough draft right now, and then eventually we'll turn that into a published draft. There'll always be a writing assignment, so if they tell you that there's no writing assignment currently, that's probably not the case. Typically every week they're working on some type of writing assignment. After that, I just want to talk for a moment about literature circles. We haven't started literature circles yet. Literature circles are usually where the students are grouped according to reading level, and some students are reading one book while a few other groups are reading another book. We're going to start talking about that sometime next week. So the students, your children should be mentioning what book I've assigned them to read. We're going to take this slow, do the remote learning aspect, but I'm going to try to eventually get the students into small groups, into breakout rooms virtually, and so that they can discuss and learn from each other in their small groups. Sustained silent reading, it's SSR there, that you can see that on the screen. It's typically something we do in the classroom, but because of the remote learning aspect and the fact that they're only with me 60 minutes live a day, I decided not to sit there and watch them read for 10 minutes independently, but I do want them to be reading at home, as I mentioned before, about 15 to 20 minutes a day, if or more, always, just so that they're always reading, because research shows the students who read more just do better in school. So just make sure that they're always reading something. The book can be their own choice or something that they asked me to read or something I recommended to them. So always look for them to be reading at home, even at just for 20 minutes a day. Shared reading, these are the novels that we read together as a class. Currently, we're reading a book called Night. It's a first-person account of Elie Wiesel's horrific experiences during the Holocaust. We're about halfway through the novel. When we're done that one, we're going to move on to a few other novels. So we're always going to be reading a novel together as a class and discovering what's happening in the novel. Besides novels throughout the year, we're also going to be using short stories. And we're also going to be using a variety of poetry. So we're going to try to mix it up, and my goal is to really get the students ready for high school. That's pretty much it with regards to my PowerPoint. I do really like working with 8th grade students. On one of my previous slides, it shows that I used to teach 7th grade at Baldy for for actually several years, probably about 7 years, and I moved up about 8 or 9 years ago. And I do enjoy working with the 8th grade students a lot more than the 7th graders. They just seem to be a little more immature in 7th grade. For some reason, they kind of mature over the summer. So I enjoy the 8th grade, 13, early 14-year-old teenager mentality. We can joke around a little bit while we're working. They're just a little more fun than working with those 7th graders. No offense to any 7th graders out there. That's about all I have. Again, my goal is to help your child to get ready for high school. I plan on working very diligently this year, and I hope they also plan on working very diligently. You can always reach me at my email address. It's on this last screen. That is mjgannon@philasd.org. I'm going to stop sharing the screen for a second. That's about it. That's all I have for you. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I had to say. I know you're going to be watching a lot of these videos, so I hope you're not too bored with them. Again, I was really looking forward to doing the back to school night, but hopefully we can. Hopefully this is all over soon, and we can get back into the classrooms as soon as possible, and we'll get to see you and work with you throughout the year. Thank you again for your time. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.